Well, hello, and welcome to my little sanctuary here. It's where I'd like to go to get away from everything. Hope you had a good and safe 4th of July. Nobody lost anything? No appendages? No, maybe a lover because you acted miserable? I don't know. I had a great 4th of July, and for the second year in a row, I went over to the Pacone family's house. Now, Wally has been on the podcast a couple times. He is Omero's fine men's clothing store. Dress passionately is their slogan. We actually did a podcast from their store not that long ago with the two fit chicks. But here was the thing that I thought was, I always wanted to talk to Wally about, and maybe we'll revisit this subject because it was 4th of July, he was grilling, and I go, hey, man, let me ask you some questions. But he is a first-generation American. I think the only child in his family, I think there's 6 kids, he's the youngest, that was born in the United States. So his parents, in their 40s, decided to come here. And I think that's an interesting thing to think about as our country is celebrating its 250th anniversary, or birthday, or whatever you want to call it, which is very young, right, in the world of countries. But this is a country that is built on immigrants, right? Most of us have an origin story, if we look back through our families, that didn't begin here. Not everybody, but majority of us. Like mine is primarily Ireland for everybody. So I thought it would be interesting to talk to Wally about what it was like having parents that did not speak the language. Like one of the benefits of my ancestors was they spoke English. So you kind of had a leg up when you came here. Wally's family spoke Italian. And I don't know that his mom ever fully learned English, but just sort of an interesting conversation. I thought it fit with the 4th of July, a little Billified bite. We will have a few more of these coming up in the coming weeks. And I appreciate all of you for spending a little time. Spread the word about the pirate ship from my secret clandestine location. Here's Wally. Happy 4th. How hard was it for them? How old were your parents when they came over?
Imagine moving to China and trying to learn the culture and getting the job and working and earning and trying to put your kids through school.
How did people treat them?
Well, the treatment of the people weren't bad. Italians were always, except at the beginning when the Italians first came over, they were always touted as the, good immigrants.
Yeah.
Reliable people, good workers.
Did they come over and have you guys, were you born here?
Yeah, I was the only one.
You're the only one that was born here?
I was the only one born here.
What are there, 6 kids?
There's 6 boys. There were 6 boys.
6 boys.
6 boys.
3 of them are here.
I got you. Wow. I got you. So, Wally, how about that for you? Like, I mean, having parents that may not have been familiar with the culture, could you get away with some stuff?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, Wally.
Sure they could.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they?
No, you. Like, fool your parents.
I could get away with it because I learned English. I was young. I learned English early, and that was the key, the communications.
Yeah.
So I learned English, and I helped translate for my mother and father, mostly my mother, who did all the...
There's no more. How many did you bring? 4. So, wow, you were the translator. That's,
Yeah, I was the translator.
That's a big responsibility. I mean, that's not an easy position to be in.
Flip them and stack them. Yeah, it was a point where I needed to take my mother. At the beginning, I had to take her. She'd take me out of school for a half a day and take me downtown to buy shoes and all kinds of shit. And I had to just translate for her as she managed her way through the U.S. retail scenario, which was unique for her and her family, and she, navigated.
Did your mom ever learn English at all?
Yeah, she learned enough to communicate. Yeah, she did.
Right.
But my father was not as lucky. He didn't learn as well.
Yeah.
And My mother really did it. My father stuck to the Italian side of the neighborhood, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, sure, because you communicate and stuff. But how hard was it for? I find it amazing, right? Because like most of my family's from Ireland, they came over during the famine, but the famine didn't need to happen. That's the shit with Ireland. It was Britain took all the other food and the potatoes had us back.
No, you don't
right?
have to. You remember, Irish were English-speaking people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like
So
they
that
had
was
an
a lot
advantage.
easier, a lot
That's
easier.
right, 100%.
They were still mixed and still racism,
Yeah,
and you know,
yeah,
there
I
still
got
were
it.
Gagos and Guineas and WAPs. And you know, WAP came from
That's
WAPP.
Italians. In this
No,
day
I
and
didn't
age.
know that.
That came from without a passport. That's where the word WAP came from.
Man, I never knew that.
WAPP, without a passport.
Tony.
Yep.
That's
To New York. Yep.
so when you're going to school and stuff,
Yep.
like how was it easy?
It was easy for me. I was by that point I was fluent in English.
Yeah.
I mean, as fluent as I needed to be, and you know, I didn't have any problems communicating in.
Thank you.
I didn't have any problems communicating in school or anything. So
Here.
Did you, you know, because I always think like it's such a great thing, right? You come here, it's the land of opportunity, and I'm watching the World Cup and I'm hearing other countries go, what a great country.
that's
What a
exactly
great
right.
country.
250 years old. We're the first ones. I mean, we're the oldest ones. You know, but like I say,
Yes.
my parents' generation of immigrants, we're not coming here to enforce Sharia law or do any of that shit, you know,
Yeah.
to change the culture over here.
Right.
They just wanted to fit in. They wanted a piece of the streets that were lined with gold. That's all they wanted. And they wanted to take their kids to college and,
Yeah.
you know, and they worked for that goal. And that was it.
How does that make you feel when you look back now? Because I think a lot of times when we're kids, we don't appreciate what our parents did for us.
Well,
I mean, I don't know if you did. Maybe you did. Maybe you saw stuff that I'm not. You know, you're the youngest, correct?
yeah. And I was able to see things. I was protected, though. You know, my mom always protected me
Ooh-wee.
as her baby, and you know, Italian mothers with their baby boys, you forget
Right.
about that.
Yeah,
because
well,
they'll
same
scratch
thing with
your-
Irish too.
They'll scratch your eyes
They'll
out,
kill
man.
you.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
kill you.
scratch your eyes
But a
out.
lot
I
of
think it's
times,
fair to say all
now
mothers.
with the Irish,
Not
it
too
was,
burnt on the reds, Kevin, because the kid wants them not too cooked.
they the Irish, like, they didn't want them to leave. So the youngest son usually stayed
That's enough.
with mom, especially if dad had passed. So he lived with mom, took care of mom, and that's a heavy thing. Same thing in
that's
Italian
and that's
culture, or no?
and that's the extended family that
Yeah.
a lot of Europeans are not limited. It's not one that's limited to Italians or Irish. It's
Yeah.
all of the European culture.
Yeah.
They would always stay closer to home.
Have you been to Italy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Matt went in 2005.
So, and you still have family
I still have family there.
over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they were dressed in black on the Sunday. We go. They had their nice outfits on. You go in, you eat cookies for like 30 minutes first. That's how you catch up.
You eat cookies
they
for
have
30 minutes.
espresso, and you just eat these little crunchy cookies.
So, okay, so when you look at the cultures and stuff, do you think like we're losing that sense of family in America?
No, I don't know if we're losing it. I mean, you see it. The families,
It's the
the
crust.
family. It's the families that. You know, were tight families then, or tight families now. That's what they teach their kids. That shit's inherited.
Yes.
From generation to generation. You know, the
yes.
family structure, like our family structure. I mean, it's just like my parents' family structure. They inherit it from generation to generation. It's the
With the little water.
others that
Damn,
don't-
more water, please.
stay close to the family,
Hose line right there.
and hence their family structure breaks down.
Right. Right.
And you see all kinds of discords, and you know.
Talk to me about how important that is, like the sense
Well,
of family. I think
well,
it's hugely important to me. But
To me, it's hugely important, but it's individual to everybody. I mean, everybody's got their own thing. Some people don't think it's important. You know, that's why America's nice.
yeah.
You know, they don't have to worry about the family. They don't want to worry
How
about
we
the
doing out
family.
here, guys?
Good.
Doing all right.
Hey, Mom.
Get the freak
Mom's
up.
on camera. Look, her hair's not perfect.
All right.
It is
Leave your
fine.
mother
It looks great.
alone. We're not
All
here to
right.
pick on mom.
Mom, yeah, we're doing good here.
Yeah,
The,
bro, Kevin, take some of those whites off too, bud.
I just think I always think like immigration itself is such a hard thing because you, especially when you're coming from a country that doesn't have English as its primary language.
Well, and not only that, that was a major a major obstacle that they had to overcome. In spite of the fact that my brothers and I, we spoke English and we were able to translate, you know, when they had to go to the doctors, when they had to go shopping, when they had to have an Italian interpreter, we served as such. And that was a big part of it. But the family structure, they taught that at home when we were very young. And you pick that up. You just pick that up and you take it on to your generation.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing it with my kids. My kids will be doing it with their kids. I mean, it's like that.
Do you still speak Italian
Yes.
fluently?
Yeah, but I lost a lot of it because I don't have the opportunity to
To
speak
do
it
it.
as much as I used to. Take those whites off, too.
In Italiano, please.
Remove.
Per piacere. Say it nice.
Per piacere, remove the bianco hot dog.
Yeah. Now Italians.
This shit never existed in Italy.
Right,
Hot dogs? Are you kidding me? They can't
no.
even spell hot dogs.
Well, they
Microwaves.
don't. No.
What about
It-
peanut butter? Nope.
no,
It's
peanut
all-
butter.
And peanut butter, by the way, I don't think it's very good for you. A lot of sugar in that.
There is.
Because here's the thing, like I always think, like especially Italian, a much healthier diet, a lot of walking in Europe, a lot of walking in Italy. I'm not even opposed as I get older to seeing that we have this culture in America where it's work, 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 where like the rest is necessary to be your best, and the idea of a
But
siesta.
that's the beauty of America, Bill. You could do whatever you want to do.
You can choose to work.
You could choose to work hard. You could choose to be a bum. You could choose to be a scumbag. You could choose to be a hard-working, family-oriented individual that wants to conform to the structure, not to change it. I mean, you know, it's not.
Although certain companies.
It's individual. Everybody has their own options to do
Yeah.
what they choose to do, and
Right.
that's the beauty of our culture. We have those freedoms within the structure, and now the current regime of the presidency strengthening the American values, along with strengthening the family values. That's an important thing in my world. I think that guy.
I
he's
agree with you. I
important.
think that's one of the things that I've noticed, and especially again, right? You're getting older. When I was more like, Sam's age
Yeah.
or something like that, you don't think of those things because it's not in your mind. You don't have the family. You don't have the stuff. But to see, and everybody's working so hard and doing the thing. So I just think that it's such a unique perspective to have on America, especially as we celebrate the 250th. To see it from just a different perspective, an outsider perspective, that you came here and got all this. Basically, your parents came for opportunity. How old were they when they came here?
My parents in '54 were like 40 years old.
When they came here?
Yeah.
That's
They were like 40, yeah. Because I was
Amazing.
born, my mother was 42. I was born here in '56. They came in '54. So
yeah. That's like when you picture that, right? At 42, not that your life it certainly isn't over. You have many, many, many more years, but you're sort of set in your ways. You're an adult. You've got
but when they came over here, set in the ways as they may have been, which they confined to the home,
Right.
Whatever was happening outside of the home, they conformed to. If they had to go to work 9 to 5, they were there at 9 and they worked till 5, and they conformed to the culture that they lived in.
Was there any other family that had come over prior?
Well, prior to. Yeah, in fact, back then they had sponsors that helped bring us over and get us hooked up with Hickey Freeman and all of that. And we had an extended family. My mother's aunt, it turned out that she came to live with us when I was very young, and she provided an extended family environment in our home so my mom and dad could both work, earn, pay the bills, put our kids, my brothers through college, myself, and all of that, and still built that family values of that extended family, just not my mom and dad and the brothers. The aunt was with us too, and anytime we had out-of-town family come in, they, of course, would be a part of the family, and we'd have to teach
It's
them.
amazing, like, to just the sacrifice, right? To come to a place that you don't know the language, you don't know the culture.
So 10 years ago, what are you, 40, 85?
No, I'm 50. I'll be 55.
So when you were 40 years old, imagine moving to
I
China.
can't.
That's what I say. Imagine
That's what
moving
I'm
to
saying.
China, learning the Chinese language, finding a job, dealing with your bosses and the people that you worked with in Chinese, and learning that's
It's incredible.
crazy shit.
It's incredible.
It's
Like
crazy.
you have to be very. I get this with you. You're a feeler.
I did that.
You're a feeler. right? You're a guy who feels emotions and stuff like that.
Very-
This has to
very
mean
much
a
so.
lot. It
Yeah,
has to mean
very
a lot
much.
to you.
Yeah, very much it does.
Yeah.
And and I've learned how not to get hurt, but it's easy to get hurt when you have those kind of emotions. You know,
Sure
when you
it
have
is.
those kind of
Yeah.
feelings, it's easy to get hurt. So it's not. It's the individuality of being American that makes it beautiful. That makes my family and all people like my family, unique and individualized. You could be out on the streets doing shit, doing drugs, and fucking being a reject.
Yeah.
Or you could be home with your family, your kids, your grandkids, your wife. And you're cooking and you're eating and you're laughing and having a good time, swearing, cussing, arguing.
Yeah.
All of that.
But it's fun.
But it's a part of the
it's fun
program.
and
It's a part of the
thing.
program. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go eat.
All right, America, 250th.
250, baby.
All right.
Hey, happy Independence Day.
Thank you.
Thanks, pal.
Thank you. Omero's, you got to go to Omero's.
You got to go to Omero's and dress passionately.
Dress passionately.
Let's go.